What's your name?
Hi, my name is Samson.
My name is Sharon.
Neto Brayo.
I'm Chris Maliongovi, although I'm also called NRM.
NRM?
Yes.
What's the meaning of NRM? And a very warm welcome to Dolphin 254, a channel here in Kenya that keeps you updated on all the infrastructural developments happening in the country. So today I'm on the streets of Nairobi. I'm going to be doing a random interview to Kenyans, okay? I want you to hear what Kenyans have to say about infrastructural developments happening in the country versus the country's economy. If you're already loving this, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to this channel today. So let's get to hear from Kenyans, guys.
These are my brother.
This is Mwindi Mbingu Street. Oh, they are still doing the facelift?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's on progress, but I already love the way it looks. Wow. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Samson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Nairobi Expressway?
Yeah, I have heard about it.
Yeah, what do you think about the current infrastructural developments happening in the country versus the economy of Kenyans?
Well, I would like to point out that the government at least has done something in terms of infrastructure development.
Yeah.
But in terms of the economic progress in the country, I feel like we're still lagging behind. The common citizen is experiencing a lot of challenges in terms of economy. At the moment as we're speaking, you see there is a lot of challenges in terms of fuel, and also the basic commodities are becoming quite expensive for the common mwananchi to purchase.
So what do you think, as common mwananchi, what do you want the government of Kenya to do to at least ease the cost of living in Kenya?
I think the government should first try to lay down, or rather to lay off, coming up with expensive projects in terms of infrastructure, and pay more focus on providing or ensuring that they can cushion the common mwananchi in terms of getting the basic needs, and ensuring that the mwananchi wa kawaida anapata, anakuwa cautioned in terms of these hard economic times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you for your time. And make sure you subscribe to our channel at Dolphin 254. Okay? So thank you. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Sharon.
So I'm having a random question to Kenyans. I want my viewers to know what you think about infrastructural developments happening in the country versus the Kenyans' economy.
Okay, I think the infrastructural developments are good, but I kind of feel like the economy is really bad. The cost of living is so high right now. There's something going on with fuel. There's a fuel shortage. We don't understand what's happening. It could be maybe because it's an election year. I don't know if it's political, but so far, I think the expressway, they've done a good job. But for the economy and the cost of living, I think things are not well.
Okay, yeah. According to you, as a common mwananchi, like mwananchi wa kawaida, what do you feel the government should do to at least ease the cost of living in Kenya?
Reduce the cost of tax. We are highly taxed. So just reduce the cost of tax. I think then the cost of living will go down, because if we are taxed heavily, it goes to us, the consumers, and that's why we are experiencing whatever we're experiencing right now.
Oh, that's nice. So thank you so much. It's good to know what you really feel. Yeah, my viewers will get to hear this, and thank you so much for your time. Hi, mambo.
Neto Brayo.
Brayo. Hey, Brayo kutoka wapi?
Nimetoka Mole mjo.
Sawa. So mimi naitwa Dolphin 254. I do infrastructural development videos here in Kenya. Have you heard of Nairobi Expressway?
Partly. Kidogo tu nimesikia watu wakigusia.
Umesikia aje? Nairobi Expressway ni?
Sina idea complete mami. Sinasikia mabesi zangu wakiongea tu.
Oh, okay. So Nairobi Expressway is a road project in Kenya. So what do you think of the current constructions of roads that are happening in Kenya versus the Kenyan economy? Unafikiria aje hizi mabarabara ziendelee kujengwa ama serikali ingeguzia kidogo upande wa uchumi?
Serikali guzie uchumi kwanza. Cause unajua tunaweza kuwa na road fiti na cost ya living pia ya kupitia kwa hizo road hakuna. Cause wezi niambia tuko na road fiti na tuna OC. So unacheki mtoto kama huo mdogo huyo hizi enda OC na wana gari, unaona? I make sense.
So wewe ungetaka serikali ifanye nini?
Me personally banze my youth kwanza wanawera, unajua.
My youth. So they should provide employment to the youth.
Bana.
Yes, another thing.
Pia nafikiria gava pia inafaa kama kwa common mwananchi. Kwa sababu after COVID vitu zote zimekaa kwa common mwananchi zikakuwa hard. Like pia watu angalia historia ya mafuta. Vitu zime high price jo.
Both mafuta ya kupika na ya gari.
Bana, sasa inapimia bibi salad kifuniko.
Salad. Unampimia kabla aanze kupika. Guys, I think you can hear. This is how Kenyans are suffering hapa chini. So government should do something about this. So ingine
mzee gava vile ze taka kwambia gava pia ma leaders wenye tuna elect tusiangalie tu leader tu ni leader. Tunataka 5 years from now tukue na peace. At least tunajua tushajua hakuna kitu wanatusaidia nayo mostly. Sorry to say, lakini tumeona watu wengi jo wanaingia hapo hivyo kwa hizo viti, lakini tumbo ndio inaongoza. So si tungeombaje ikiwezekana wala sio na kam tushajua watatusaidia, lakini wajaribu kumake sisi wa common mwananchi tukue na peace yenyewe, bado tutajihasolia, unaona? Peace so ndio kitu ya maana bana.
Kenya should be a peaceful place for entrepreneurs and for everyone who wish to work in Kenya and for all Kenyans who are living here. So thank you so much. Umesema Brayo. Sawa, thank you so much Brayo for your time. I really appreciate.
Thanks Jo, pia mimi nimeshukuru.
Sawa.
Simkuwa nice time Jo.
So the next place I'm taking you is Jivanji Gardens. This is famously called Bunge la Wananchi. So you are going to hear from Kenyans. This is where Kenyans do their politics. So I want you to hear from them. I want you to hear what they have to say about the current economy in Kenya. So I'll just be picking a random person. I don't know if they'll be willing. Let me just try. So let's try. Let me try this. What's your name?
I'm Chris. I'm Chris Maliongovi, although I'm also called NRM.
NRM?
Yes.
What's the meaning of NRM?
National Resistance.
Oh, really? So I've just come at the right place.
Yes.
So my question is, have you heard of Nairobi Expressway?
What's that? We have priorities, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, what I want to say is this. Every country that is developing from one stage to another needs to put its priorities right.
Yeah.
There are basics, the very basics for human survival. We're talking about food.
Yeah.
We're talking about shelter. Talking about clothing.
Yeah.
The very basics. If you look at all the people you have here in the park, all of them are putting on mutumba, which means we don't have a textile
industry.
We don't have a textile industry, a vibrant textile industry. All of us are importing. So that is a very basic human need, that is shelter. It's not taken care of. Then food. If you ask my brothers here, how many of them have had lunch today? Not just them, how many Kenyans have had lunch today? You'll find that a very small fraction of Kenyans have had lunch. So that is another basic human need, food. Housing, that is shelter. We don't need to be living in slums. Slums are not for human habitation. In fact, even horses are not supposed to live in slums. That is why we don't have horses in slums.
True.
So you cannot go pick our money and create a luxury road and tell us that we are going to pay to use it. The Constitution gives us power to take charge of our country. Okay. We shall use it by all means. Okay. By all means. We cannot, this one, my friend, that we are not going to deal, this is apartheid. Where whites were moving on one road, blacks on another. We're eating in this hotel, blacks in another. This is apartheid. You cannot use our money to create apartheid in Kenya. We're going to deal with these thugs. These are criminals. These people have not had lunch. Our people here don't have jobs. Our people here don't have jobs. Then you tell me that you're building some first floor road while Kenyans are going to move on ground floor. We cannot build roads for people for luxury. Now we have said this. We need to open up the rest of Kenya.
Yeah, true.
We cannot build, in fact, you just arrived here when we were discussing with my brothers here about infrastructure revolution. When we're talking about infrastructure revolution, we don't need to dig a whole country from one end to another, building a road. You can create airstrips and make air travel cheap.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Because a runway is just 1 kilometer. So maintaining 1 kilometer is cheaper. Create connectivity between towns and cities by air. Air travel should not be a luxury. It should not be something so big. So someone tells you that I boarded a plane. What is a plane? I mean, anyone should be boarding planes.
Yeah.
That one will ease our transport. We do not need this rubbish they are putting here called this rubbish.
The Nairobi Expressway.
Yeah, the expressway. That's a heap of high sounding nothing. Now we have said this. The cost of living. You look at this road, try to look at how many vehicles are moving. 4-wheel drives, SUVs, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Range Rover. They are not there. They are not there. People cannot fuel those fuel guzzlers. Which type of country is this? Which type of country is this where you cannot fuel your vehicle, you cannot drive it into the city? People don't have the money.
They don't have the money, sure.
They don't have the money. So we needed to do something here. And the Kenyans need to be given a safety valve, to a breathing space. Yeah. You cannot tax them very heavily, and you do not want them to live in peace.
Heavy taxes.
Yes, there is that heavy taxation. And those thugs don't pay tax. Those fellas don't pay tax. I can assure you that. Do you expect the Kenya Revenue Authority boss to demand tax from these fellas? They will sack him the following day. Oh. They don't pay tax. You cannot be paying tax and have that wealth these fellas have. If you are paying tax, the money will be going through taxation. Because any taxation should be progressive taxation in economics. Yeah. It's called progressive taxation. The more you have, the more you should pay tax. Yeah. Because you cannot be having lorries, big vehicles, and you're not paying enough tax. Because you are causing a lot of wear and tear on those roads. You are causing wear and tear, you're occupying a lot of space. These people should be paying more tax. They don't. Their work is just to fight other companies. That is why we are saying that we need a regime change. People who are sober, like Kibaki.
Yes.
We need people who are sober, like Kibaki, to come and put this country back to the right direction. But I'm very sorry for using very heavy language, but that is how I talk. Because we have babysitted these fellas for so long. When you babysit them, they think they are very important. Okay. They think they are too special. Someone picks your tax and leaves people to sit in parks from Malaba to the port, to the coast in Mombasa. People are in parks. Which type of country? On a working day? People are in parks, there are no jobs. We cannot now. In short, priorities.
Yeah, so the infrastructural developments
we do not
misplaced priorities.
You do this, madam.
Yes.
You do not need to build those roads when
people are hungry.
When people are hungry, do the very basics. You don't need these things to attract people here.
Do you think the roads are going to decongest the city, maybe by reducing travel time?
If you wanted to ease congestion, there is a train that goes. There is a place called Tajmo that was recently destroyed. Oh, yeah. If you've been to Tajmo, you'll see. Yes. If you've been to Tajmo, you'll see there is a railway that enters into that passes near that area. Yeah. You get the point? If you wanted to ease congestion, you should have taken the train into the airport.
Oh, that's also another good idea.
Take it straight to the airport. Take straight to the airport. When cargo and people land from the planes, it is cleared out of the city and comes through Kikuyu. And you are out of the, no one enters those vehicles. People should not be coming from there. That entire road should be used for transport of heavy commercials. But if you wanted to ease the city, you don't build this expressway. Because after all, one of the reasons was that they should, for airport travelers and stuff like that, that was one of their reasons. You just build a train, let it get into the airport, and then cargo and the people will use that. So as I sum up, I want to say this, so that I don't take much of your time. I want to tell you this, that this is a country that must be put on default settings. These fellas have failed to play ball, they should go home. We want new energetic people, and we are telling our young generation to stop listening to music, to stop betting. Betting is dangerous. You cannot keep betting. So let us work. You cannot just sit there. Where does that money come from? Should now wake up. The young generation should now take charge of their country. They cannot keep sitting here as some people take meat. They are saying that they'll be eating meat as we salivate. No, we are here that tutameza maji au never ever. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time. Asanteni sana kwa muda wenu. Nimeshukuru sana.
Okay, please.
Sawa, thank you. This is the Nairobi Jivanji Gardens. This is where we had our interview, and as you can see, Kenyans are here. Most of them are not employed, and they are so bitter, guys. I think you've heard the interview from my brother. I really wanted you to at least hear from Kenyans. Yeah, I don't want to be the one to judge, because I've always been advocating for infrastructural development, which I think it's a good thing. But we also need to hear from Kenyans, who most of them are saying that they are suffering. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. If you did, or if you love this kind of interview, just comment down below. Let me know. You know, through your comments is when I get to create new content. So thank you so much for your time. Until next time. Bye.